Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to analyze the live price action for EU and DXY to see what day trading opportunities there may be today. You're going to see my strategy and my analysis, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Today we're going to start off a bit differently. I have us here on Forex Factory for the news calendar. Let me just refresh that. So it's a busy news day, not sure if we're going to be able to get any trades in because news may invalidate our entries. We may not be able to enter on the news announcement times, and also price tends to not move well during these sort of days. So as you can see, it's PMI throughout Europe, and then we have the PMI from the US dollar as well. So at 8:15 in my time, London time this morning, we had French PMI, French flash PMI. Then we have German flash PMI in 7 minutes. And then at 9, another half an hour later, we have flash manufacturing PMI, which is an orange folder. But again, it's just news every 15 minutes to half an hour. Then moving obviously into the New York Times, we have unemployment and again, some more PMI. So we'll see what we have today. News isn't the enemy. It does give us the volatility we need and moves us to new levels. So let's get to the charts. Starting here on the daily, as usual, we have the EU at the top, DXY at the bottom. Yesterday, you can see on EU, we closed out with this massive bullish candle. That was on news again yesterday, so price moved a lot. It's brought us up into this daily order block, which I have here in this like salmon pink color. So we've come into this order block this morning, filled obviously the fair value gap and taken our previous daily high quite early in the morning, probably during Asia. So we've taken some buy side liquidity and we're in a POI. Price looks like it's currently rejecting this area. You can see we've now got a high test doji forming. However, obviously we've got many hours to go until the day finishes, but this is what we look like. Inversely on DXY, we had a massive bearish day, big massive bearish engulfing after, taking some buy side liquidity up here. We have moved down into this daily fair value gap. We haven't quite gone as far as the daily order block. So of course, divergence kind of continues where they're not moving exactly the same amount within the same amount of time. So we are still in the POI of this fair value gap. We'll see what else is there on the lower time frames, but we've also taken the previous daily low and we're having a bullish day so far on DXY. So let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that shows us. Right, so let's go through the price action on the 4 hour. You can see at these lows here, after we took this sell side liquidity down here, we had our SMC divergence where we made a higher low on EU and a higher high on DXY, which signals strength in EU because it refused to make a lower low, where DXY made a higher high, and we assume that this higher high on DXY was to take buy side liquidity to sponsor the move down. Now, as you can see on news and yesterday, we had a massive bullish reaction which blew through our premium POIs and took us all the way up to this high extreme premium on the 4 hour chart and obviously into this daily order block. So internally, you can see now we've broken structures and this is now internally created a bullish leg. However, we have pulled back to a premium. We have now filled this 4 hour fair value gap here, even though we closed beyond it. That is a 4 hour fair value gap, and we've come into this daily POI. This was obviously a lower high. This may be a low now. And if we create a lower high here, this could be a weak low on the 4 hour. Don't want to read too far ahead into price, but we are now in a premium. We have taken buy side liquidity and we are in a daily POI. We did of course leave a POI down here. Price's trend may have changed because internally of course we did start to break lower, but this is where we are. For me, I would just take in that we have come to a premium and it makes sense, with all of these POIs left behind, these imbalances, that price may need to come down now, even if it is to continue higher, to a discount now and mitigate those POIs, and then we'll know more once we're down in this discount at the POIs. If these hold, of course, then now we can say, okay, continue bullish trend, This is now a week high, and we'll go and take out our buy side liquidity highs. Now having a quick look at DXY, again the 4 hour sometimes doesn't move live, so that's why this candle here isn't as bullish as it should be. We of course had our massive bearish breakdown. We have opened up, you can see there was a gap there. We opened up below price, which means we've taken out this sell side liquidity here. We've moved into this 4 hour area here, but of course there's still most of this imbalance remaining and a 4 hour order block remaining down here. So price does still have room to continue lower on DXY. That would mean price of course could go higher on EU. But at this moment in time, like I said, we're in a POY up here. We are in a POY down here, kind of. We've taken sell side liquidity and it may result in a pullback. This long wick here, don't know what that is. It happens every now and again. This may be like some sort of broker manipulation or whatever it is, because clearly price hasn't wicked this far this morning. So we may still want to fill this imbalance here. So that's why price may go up while this goes down to fill these imbalances before it makes a move down to this order block. So I think that's everything on the 4 hour. Now let's check out the 1 hour and see what that looks like. Now on the 1 hour, I think price action this morning's been great. Like I said, we've got this high low here, which was a divergence. Okay, that was news announcing now. You can see price is really moving. We had our divergence here. Price now in the 1 hour has created a new bullish leg, killing these highs. Now we're way above these highs. Did bring us up to a 1 hour POY. We're in this 1 hour order block POY here, while within this daily area as well. Price, as you can see here, swept internal highs, Asia, and broke down. So we'll show that on the lower time frames, but it was the exact same move as yesterday that unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get into because of news. I'll mark out this 1 hour order block here for us because it's something to keep an eye on in case we do pull back. Now we have this 1 hour imbalance here. Price may come to fill that. Of course, we can see it's moving quite aggressively with news. You can also see here now that DXY is moving. We have that same imbalance there. So of course, price could fill this imbalance and head down lower towards this 1 hour and 4 hour order block on DXY, which means once price fills this on EU, it could then continue higher. So yeah, the 1 hour looks pretty clear. We have a new bullish leg. We'll see how price reacts around these lows to see if that's going to continue. If price holds these lows, like I said, weak high up here, and we can continue our bullish trend. However, we are very much in a premium. We have taken all this buy side liquidity. We are in a POY, we are in a premium, and we've left POYs and imbalances below in a discount. After a run like this, we expect to pull back as well. So I think for today, it's clear that we can have a bearish bias, temporary bias, using this area to pull back down to a discount. So let's go down to the M15 and see what opportunities are available. So here are my markings from yesterday. As you can see, price gave not one pullback to allow us to continue with the momentum and the trend. Like I mentioned briefly, you can see where we swept Asia high and broke down. I'll show you right now, we've done the same, even better today. You can see a clear sweep here above Asia's highs, liquidating that buy side liquidity while in a 1 hour and daily POY. Also while creating SMC divergence here. So we got that higher high and higher low, right? So signaling DXY strength. So yeah, really textbook buy side liquidity sweep and breakdown. Obviously now news has disrupted any chance of a quick pullback and to continue with that trend. So opportunities wise, so yeah, if I was to draw this out, of course the first opportunity would be this would be the most obvious one, right? Pull back up into this 15-minute order block area here, where we have a 1 hour order block as well. Now we had our sweep which caused the breakdown, and then we can continue with this momentum from a premium, targeting some sort of discount area or the recent low. Now the likelihood of this happening, I'm not sure, because of news. It may just go down to the discount by itself, but this is the most obvious opportunity here to go short with this momentum, so we can wait for price to pull back and clearly continue with that. right? The negatives we'll have is obviously we've partially filled some imbalance, and there will be these 1 hour and 4 hour order blocks below to attract price on DXY. However, if we get the right pullback, we've got the right confluences in this area, so I would still be willing to take that trade because we have more discount POIs to attract price. Now for longs, I probably want long in this area. Price would have to literally break this high and create some new structure and momentum. So I don't see that happening. I'm not going to bother looking at that. If I wanted to long, price is going to have to come down to a POI down here, create structure, sweep some sell side liquidity, break above, pull back to us, and then we can continue with that possible trend. Now that may happen at a POI on the higher time frame in the middle here, or after, you know, some imbalance is filled, or it may happen down here. We may just sweep these lows. We can still come to the lows and then head higher, right? Because it may just sweep this previous daily low, use that sell side liquidity, because we may have some divergence by the time it does that, and continue higher. So those are the opportunities that I see today. That's what I'll be waiting for. This is the first most immediate opportunity. I think it's a good opportunity, but I'm not sure if we'll get into it. So I hope you gain value from that. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.